were saying that you have to. This meeting is being recorded. Okay, over here, what we are talking about is that we ask someone to correct us when we are using such words. Okay, so that helps us and we understand that we are not doing it. Obviously, for you all, we are there. MMDC club is there. We are your best friend and your colleague and your teacher and your support system. All right, where we help our learners identify such things where they are making mistakes and we correct them. Now, the third one is strategic silence. Replace hedges with 3-second thoughtful pauses. Silence projects contemplation and control, no hesitation. Now, what do you mean by this? Difficult words, I believe, but I'll explain it to you. Over here, we mean is that if suppose you think that you're not sure about something, all right, and you do not have a direct answer for it. So rather than just saying it, I would say, first just keep quiet. Just think in your mind. How can I say this which will make more sense? How can I be very sure about it? I'll give you a very short example. Okay? Sometimes we are thinking out loud. Now, let's say your family, friends ask you, okay, where do we go to have dinner today? Okay? Simple hai? Very simple question. Normally, everyone is asked that, आज कहाँ खाना खाएंगे? Okay? Now, how will a CEO answer? Anyone? How can a CEO answer this very simple question? Can anyone talk to me, please? I feel so let alone here. How
Yes,
will a
ma'am.
CEO
Should I
answer a
start?
very simple? Yes, sure, please.
With positive
Today we are
tune.
going to this restaurant. These are the,
Exactly,
only
simple.
say this line.
Yeah, today we are going to this place. People may have arguments. There may be some things, but at least you do not say, I think we should go here and I think maybe we can eat in this restaurant. Then you will not sound like a CEO. Just a short, teeny, mini example. Okay. But an important one. The next thing, like how Jitendra, I think it was Jitendra only who said it, right? So, like how Jitendra said, that we will directly say that we are going down to this restaurant. Now, over here, can you see we are applying the 3A formula? Okay, what is the 3A formula? Okay, first you uprightly say what you want. Okay, we are going to this restaurant. The second thing that you can actually expect to happen is some argument will come. No, 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 we'll not do this. Let's do this. Okay, fine. We are open for discussion. Next thing. Okay. All right, fine. We can go not this place, find this place. Finished. Concise, short, to the point. We saw that happening here. Everyone, was it a small chilly example, small tinny mini, but to the point one? Yeah. The third one. The opening script. Script your first sentence before entering any high stakes meeting. The confident opening set tone for everything that follows. Now we've seen this always, right? How you start a conversation really, really matters. Your script, your first sentence has to be direct, straight to the point. It gives people a very clear picture of what is happening around you. And that's what people want. They want, over here, we see mostly people are like this. They like getting clear instructions. Once they have it, no, they are clear in their head. How many of you all think that this happens with you also? You like things to be clearly said. How many? Everyone? I think.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, can
Yes,
I
I
speak?
agree.
Yes, please.
I think script is the very important.
Mhm.
When we are prepare any script, I think be confident on stage anywhere. We are confident, and I think is script is the key to success because we already prepared and something written and something memorized. So I think it's a it's a very key success to very key thing to success anywhere through
True.
script.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, I totally agree. So over here we got a four-pointer toolkit. Okay, how CEOs talk. The first thing, audit one, like I said, record yourself. Yeah. The second one was the 1 week detox, where we finish these words as zero fillers. We don't want that. That makes your communication sound weak. The third one, the strategic silence. Once you have said everything, okay, the 3A pyramid that we were talking about, I'm putting it back here for you all to see. Answer first, argument second, and add-ons. This was the first thing that we spoke about. But every time I come back to this because I want to keep telling you why this is so important. All right. When you have stated everything, okay, you've given your answer, you wait, you keep quiet. That's it. You've done your job. Arguments will come in, people will have something to say. All right, fine, that is also fine. Okay, the last thing, if people want to add something, they will. They want details, they will. Okay, but you have said what you have to. Just give me a moment, please.
I think the last point that Hayat said, very interesting. The point was with regards to having a script. Now, if you look at all the great speakers, all those who have spoken really well in their lives, they have taken a lot of time to script that particular speech. For example, Steve Jobs' famous speech. If you remember the Stanford speech which Steve Jobs gave, he, at his level, his stature, he was carrying a slip in front of he was reading it out. He was not doing it impromptu. At his level, he can do it impromptu, but he was having a script in his hand. If you look at Shah Rukh Khan when he went to HBR, I think Harvard, or some big school, very Ivy League, he was carrying a script in his hand. All these people. In fact, it is said about Steve Jobs, for every 5 minutes that Steve Jobs used to speak on the stage, he had done 55 minutes of practice backstage.
Yeah.
So success is very, what do I say, like appealing. People look at the front part of success. People do not look at the backstage of success. What all has gone behind the stage. Amitabh Bachchan looks very, appealing on the front, but look at what he has gone through. Look at the kind of practice that he has gone through. If you look at all those things, then maybe success will not be that appealing and that not that fantasizing. But and that's why it's very important. So when you're going on a stage, it should be scripted. For Hayat to come on this meeting and give this amazing presentation, imagine the kind of frustration she would have gone through. Imagine the kind of hard work. Imagine the kind of rigorous amount of listening to content and borrowing content from here and there she would have gone through. Imagine the pain that she would have gone through in her communication classes. All of that is coming to fruition right now. So, scripting is just one particular facet, but you have to understand this is just the front part of scripting, is just the front part. But do not hesitate to have your sheet with you. I keep on telling this again and again. Have your sheet in front of you, have your script in front of you. Big deal. Speak looking at the script, it's okay, but have your script ready. Hayat, over to you. The last final
Yeah.
point, yeah.
The third point over here, okay,
Okay.
the third skill, which is very important, the body
Okay.
language. Okay, we've said this many times. Before you speak a single word. Now, I always say this, yeah, and I give it with very short example. If I have to say any word and the way I say it, if I do not use my body language, if I do not really have it in my tone is very flat, or I'm not using pitches like how Sajjan had said. But they practice with different tones and everything because it actually helps, it motivates. And we have seen that 93%, okay, it's not over here, but this is what statistics say, huh? Clear. 93% of your words and your communication, okay, are depend on external factors like your body language. And words really, really do not create that much of an impact. It actually, what creates the impact is how you've said
I'll
it.
give you a very practical example, Hayat, over here. Very interesting. I just keep on observing things like this. All of you look at WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a trillion-dollar company in today's date. When WhatsApp initially launched, it did not have the emojis option. It was just communicating the 7%. Imagine a message like, Raghu, sit here. If I just say this word on WhatsApp without the emoji, it can be said in 20 different formats. It can be authoritative, it can be assertive, it can be like angry, it can be happy, it can be sad. How do I know? Even WhatsApp had to bring an emoji to tell people that there is a body language part of it. There is an emotional angle to it. Because otherwise, the words do not have their own significance. Words have to be backed by body language. And then that particular word assumes a different kind of a significance, a different kind of a context depending upon the situation. So if a
Yeah,
company like WhatsApp is able to understand that, why are we not understanding? Why are we not implementing? Why are we just depending on words? Come on. Hayat, over to you.
absolutely. Now over here, when we said that, having said that, we understand and we hear just saying pure words. If you are not putting the emotions behind it, if you're not putting maybe let's say the body language behind it. Okay. If I have to just say, um, Amit sir, give me uh, give me a pencil. Give me pencil, for example, a simple thing. Okay. It can sound so rude if I have to a boss of mine, give me pencil. If I don't use it, could you please give me pencil? Or maybe, soften my tone a little bit. Can you please do this for me? Can you please give me a glass of water? It makes a difference. You're not ordering a person. Give me this. Can you please give me this? Tone, pitch, the way you said it. Yeah. Maybe sometimes body language also, how you're using your hands when you're saying it. Do you have a smile on your face? Big thing, oh God. Very, very important. Do you have a smile on your face when you're saying something? Okay, it actually can mean a lot. A simple thing can become sarcastic. For example, if I have to say, okay, if someone tells me, you know what, I uh, I gave an interview in this place and I got selected, and I say, oh yeah, wow, कैसा लगा आप लोगों को? Sarcastic लगा? Wow, what will the other person think? Wow तो बोला ना मैंने, word तो था, ठीक है, लेकिन कैसे बोला? How did I say it? That person is saying कि ये खुश हो रही है कि दुखी हो रही है? मुझे जॉब मिल गई है. If I say it with that excitement, oh wow, good, yeah, good job. Now the other person got it. Oh yeah, yeah, she's happy for me. Or otherwise, you will you will make enemies. Actually can happen. Simple how you just say things, how you actually present yourself. So body language is a skill which we need to understand, we need to focus on. Before you speak a single word, people have already judged the competence. All right. This is where you actually judge. Research shows that it takes 100 milliseconds for an observer to form an impression about you. Now, body language, one more example that came to my mind. We see in a lot of places, how people even enter the stage, even their walks say a lot of things about them. Okay. If you have come down to a stage when you're walking with maybe let's say bend over shoulders and you're walking sloppily, you say, "Ye kya hai? Who is this person? Why has he come to talk to us? Look at he can't even walk properly." Just one thing. What did he do? He did not even say a word. But the way he walked, it was sloppy. And that gave me a first impression. I don't want to listen to this person. मुझे नहीं सुनना है इसको. इसको तो चलना भी नहीं आता बराबर से. ठीक है? Simple things, but makes a lot of difference. How you walk, how you sit in maybe meeting. Okay, how is it that you are maybe placing your hands? There are etiquettes. If you place your hands on the table, it means something. If you place your hands down, it means something. If you're sitting like this, it means something.
Let me
Everything.
give you the biggest example on this topic. I just love, this example. How many of you have seen Jailer? How many of you have seen Leo? South Indian movies. How many of you have seen this animal movie? How many of you have seen this movie, latest one, Durandar? Just go and watch these movies. Look at the way they are talking with their eyes. Look at the way they are not even speaking a single word, but they are meaning the entire world. You know what? In the animal kingdom, when a lion looks at the other animals, it talks only by his eyes. And the communication is made that I am the king. Not a single word is required. The lion says is through its eyes, through its body language, that yes, I am the king. And that is what is required for all of you to understand. We are all animals, understand this. And that one skill which is required, that you can sound like a lion, you can appear like a lion, you can roar like a lion, is maybe through your eye confidence, your body language. Look at Bond. Have you ever seen Bond stooping as, slouching? Never. Look at Mission Impossible hero. Never slouching. Look at Durandar, never slouching. Look at Leo, never slouching. Look at Halaiva,
Look at
never slouching.
Singham.
Look
Oh
at
God.
Singham, never slouching. Why? Why? They're all leaders, man. Leaders never slouch. Bond never cries. Simple. That is body language. The language of maybe 10,000 years back. If you're put 10,000 years back, not a single word you can speak. How do you communicate? Body language, eyes. Have you seen this ad of Pushpa, Pushpa 2 or Pushpa 3, whatever that Pushpa was? In that initial teaser, a lion looking at the eyes of Pushpa goes back. Eye contact, body language. He's communicating through his eyes that I am the king of the jungle, go back. And that lion goes back. That is body language somewhere. Understand? It's all coming. We're all primates, okay? We're all primates. We're coming from we have got our ancestors in these animals only. But this is what body language actually means, okay? Hayat, over to you. Sorry, I'm stealing your show, but okay. These are important
No,
concepts
no. Obviously, it just you adding Bollywood to the entire concept just makes things
because
more
it
relatable.
makes the learning it makes the learning easier to understand. That's why.
It is very relatable. I'm sure a lot of people, like how you were saying that
Yeah, please
India is
continue. Yeah,
is all
okay,
about
perfect.
politics,
Absolutely. Yeah, today
Bollywood,
morning we're discussing that. Yeah, absolutely.
and cricket. So yes. Okay. So now again back to my slide. Okay, the executive presence formula. Okay, when we said this, what do you mean? Now slowing down your speech. Okay, reducing the speaking pace by 15%. Now, this I think I'm sure all of you all have noticed. You've noticed how Modi ji talks. Yeah. Sometimes when he's talking for real big interviews and everything, we see that he's talking really slowly, really, really slowly. His speech is normally slow. Okay, he's not someone who speaks very fast. But we saw in Corona also when he addressed the meeting, where there was that hitting the plate, uh, that thing that came that we are all supposed to do that. He spoke very slow. All right. So it is important that we reduce your speaking space by 15%. Rapid speech signals anxiety. A lot of people think that if you talk very fast, okay, it just shows the anxiety in your voice. So it is important that we understand this and master this concept of slow speaking. And I think it has one more benefit also to it. When we are kind of speaking a little slowly, our mind really gets a little bit time to think also what we are going to say next. So this really helps. So this fillers and jargons and everything that we put reduces. The I think maybe कम हो जाता है. If you are
Absolutely. Apart from this,
talking
what also
speak,
happens when
sorry.
you're speaking slowly is that you're more in tune with your thoughts. That is one. And apart from this, what also happens when you're speaking slowly is people understand that you are somebody with authority. See, generally, people have been put into the compliance mode. Hayat, jaldi bolo, jaldi, jaldi. मेरे पास time नहीं, jaldi, jaldi bolo. We have this particular habit of, making people feel like, gulams or servants of that sort. But a person who is a leader, he will say कि बाबा तुझे जाना है जा, मैं अपना slow करके निकालूंगा. मेरा time है मेरे पास, फुर्सत है मेरे पास. So he will have his own time. He will just take his own time to speak. He will take his own time to do things. That's a leader. So, even in an interview, if you look at the Three Idiots interview, the famous, interview, he said, I have got this attitude after breaking my 50 bones. I will take my attitude, you take the job. And at the end of that, who got the job? Who had the attitude? Who could say no? Who could say कि तू जा भाई, मैं leader हूं, मैं संभाल लूंगा. That kind of confidence, that kind of pauses, that kind of because everybody is in today's date, everybody is getting compliment कि जल्दी बोल दो, ठीक है जल्दी कर देता हूँ सर, हाँ सर जैसे बोलोगे वैसे कर दूंगा. That kind of compliance is getting into everybody's nerves. Everybody is becoming that compliant because the jobs are very
Absolutely.
less and things like that. But when you shine like a leader, when you say that I will take my own time, I have, but don't be arrogant about it. If you don't have substance and when you do that, you will appear like a fool, you will be a stupid. But when you have substance, when you have content, when you're prepared for that interview, then please behave like a leader, because that is what the world is looking. People understand this. I keep on talking about this in my classes also. There is a shortage of leadership in this world, a lot of shortage, huge shortage. There are thousands and crores of managers out there, but there are very few leaders. And these companies are looking for leaders. If you can become a leader, trust me, the world will fall back onto you. The world will just love you for you being a leader. So just be the
Absolutely.
leader. Yeah.
Right.
So
So these just going through these points, okay, slowing down your speed when you are speaking your speech, pause after key points. Now this point, we've spoken about this a multiple number of times when I say that, when you're stressing on words and you're pausing on some words, it just allows the other person to think of what I said. हमारे दिमाग को time मिलता है to register. It's important. Then I'll go to the next point also. Intentional movement. Every action, sitting, standing, gesturing, should be deliberate. Okay. Yes, your attitude matters. Absolutely. Very good, Sajjan. Thank you so much for talking to me. It feels that I feel alive now. Okay. So every movement is very important. Sitting, standing, gesturing. It should be deliberate. It should be random. I mean, आप जान के मत करो कोई चीज मतलब just don't overdo things, but yes, make yourself there. People should understand your movement also has a reason. How you move your hands has a reason. How you make pauses has a reason. In fact, even stillness, sometimes just sitting there quietly without doing anything, okay, is very good. Like a lot of people, I don't know how many of you all have heard कि ना अगर आप कोई बात सुन रहे हो तो you have to keep nodding. सुना है आपने? लोगों को लगता है कि आप बात सुन रहे हो. जरूरी तो नहीं हो सकता I'm nodding, 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 but not listening. Possible, right? So my attentiveness is a criteria. Okay. But yes, if I'm sitting in a meeting, I'm playing, or maybe I'm drawing, or I'm fidgeting with my pen and I'm turning it around, I'm taking some paper, fidgeting here, fidgeting there. No, that's not right. We can't do that. It just sends off a very bad impression. And then own your space. Look confident, keep your shoulders apart, chin up when you're talking to people, all right? Feet grounded, hands nicely placed on the table or rather where they belong. And you, with your body language, how you're sitting. Nowadays you see this a lot, especially in women, it is very important. Okay, there are absolute etiquettes of how a woman sits in places. And there are etiquettes of a man also how he sits. All right. Maybe in a meeting, if who he's meeting, if you're meeting your colleagues, it's okay, you can be relaxed. But if you are meeting a higher management, there is a specific way of how you're supposed to sit, how you're supposed to look, how your hair is supposed to be, how neatly you should come dressed. Now, all these things are absolutely important and comes under your entire frame. Your body language leaves an impression out of you. People judge you by all these things. Even a simple thing like cleaning your shoes, keeping it neat and clean, your clothes have to be clean. Yes, it is true. I mean, I don't know how many of you all have noticed, but these things are things that people notice and it creates an impact. So, all of these things, your executive presence formula is very important. Yeah. Presence hacks used by actual CEOs. When they enter the room, they enter very slowly. Their walks are never hurried. They are not fast paced. आप कभी नहीं देखोगे कि कोई सीईओ रूम के अंदर बहुत ही तेज वॉक करते हुए आया. No, that does not happen. Yeah. These are micro behaviors that $1 million people use. आप देखोगे all these people like uh, the Ambanis also. See how poised they are. They practice it. The way they walk into everything, their everything is organized, planned. आप ये बहुत देखोगे with Ambanis, they always come together. ठीक है, whenever they enter, how they are looking, how they are dressed, how they are walking, everything will have a poise to it. ठीक है, it's structured, it's planned, it's thought of. All right, they enter the room slowly. They speak last in meetings. A CEO will always speak last in a meeting. I'm sure a lot of people have seen that happening. A triangular eye contact. They will look at everyone. They'll be sitting there observing everyone. When they are talking, they will look center, right, left. Okay? Always they will do that. They'll make sure that they're looking this side, they're looking that side, they're looking in the center as well. Keep both feet grounded. Avoid shifting weight or swaying. Okay? मतलब हम देखते हैं, it happens with me a lot of people that कभी they're standing like this, then like this, and then like that. You will not see this on CEOs. They will never do all this. All this is also a part of body language. There will not be a lot of fidgeting, a lot of movement. And eliminate the bobblehead. Stop nodding excessively, like I said, when other people are talking. Constant nodding just diminishes your presence and signals eagerness to please rather than evaluate. Now, what do you mean by this sentence? When I'm continuously nodding to a person when I'm talking, so I'm just trying to show, yeah, I'm listening to you. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's what nodding actually means, right? You're trying to please the other person. Okay, but you are not understanding. So these were a few hacks. Now, skill number 4, stories, not statistics. Like this entire thing that I told you, that your words have 7% impact and 93% is your body language, and even that statistic matters. Over here, a Stanford research finding that changes everything said stories are 7 times more memorable than facts. Now, this is also a fact. When I tell you a story behind something, you will kind of remember it more. And this is a hack that even we as trainers use when we are trying to teach our students or learners, paragraphs or something to memorize. Because when you memorize a story kind of a form, you remember the words more, and those vocabulary stays in your mind. So this is also one of a kind hack like this. Okay. And we have seen this happen, like how sir would say that, Steve Jobs once did it. When he comes on the stage and he was introducing his iPhone initially, okay, he did not say that this device that I am presenting to you has a 5 GB RAM. No. He said, you know what, this device that I have has the capacity to store 10,000 or 1,000 songs and finish. People went crazy over there. They were not interested in the statistics and numbers. Some people don't know about it. But when you talk very simply about things, that, what, this 5 GB can store 1,000 songs. And people were happy and they were ready to buy the phone instantly. Wow, we can store so many music in our hands. We can listen to whenever we want. Okay. So this was something that happened. And normally CEOs, this is how they present their work. All right. Just moving a little quickly. Your CEO story toolkit. Now, over here, I would say now this is also something that we see that whenever even Modi ji has to talk about something, or maybe Shah Rukh Khan has to talk about something, he will tell you in his interviews a struggle story. Okay? Where did you begin? How was your origin? What did you face? How did you face difficulties and everything? How adverse your journey was. The struggle story. The turning point. Obviously, the moment where everything changed, you know, things changed from one thing to the other. This shows your ability to learn and adapt. When you are trying to show that how your struggles then turned and things changed, and how you as a person had the ability to learn from your struggles, and then things changed and it happened in your favor. The mission story. Okay, why do you want to do this? What makes this very important to you? Now, this is a 3-pointer, let's say, rule over here, that you can craft stories this week. Okay, refine them, practice them through this method. Please write it down. The struggle story, the turning point story, the mission story. I'm sure Mr. Raghumaya will agree. Helpful, sir? Yes? When you're trying to maybe put something across and say things, if you have a format like this, it will help you to maybe put your words in a better way.
Yes, madam.
True? Yeah. Elite level storytelling. Now you transform data into imagination, include one emotional sentence, the 5-second hook rule. Okay, convert stats to so what. Now, what do I mean by that? Again, transform data into imagination. Okay, when you start saying a story and I say, you know what, just imagine you're standing in on a mountain top where there is cold breeze blowing on your face. Just starts coming to you, right? You start feeling it. So people talk like that. When they talk like that, it helps them. They include one emotional sentence. And just imagine now, if I have to, I'm building the story up right here. You're standing on a mountain top and there's cold wind, which is, touching your face. And that feels like a mother's embrace, like your mother has touched, emotional sentence, but adds to that feeling. Sometimes we do feel, no, that gentleness in the breeze. Yeah. The 5-second hook rule. Now over here, the opening sentence, which will grab when I said your mother, and just imagine her touch. And then what if she's standing there? I know I'm changing this into this is not how a CEO will talk, but I have to talk like how you and me will also talk, right? We have to use these things to our advantage even now. So for me, I like to take it to the lowest possible way where we can actually use it, how we can use such strategies and help us become better communicators. Okay. And then I have to convert the stats and say, so what? What does this mean that you are standing here and you're feeling this, and you feel something like this? How does it make you feel? What feeling does it give you? Okay. So your entire story becomes more meaningful. I suddenly added a little bit depth to one thing right here, right now. Yeah. We all can use such strategies and take it to a normal level, to that level also. Like how these politicians speak to us on the stage. You will always see them doing these things. They will always add a little emotion to things. How will a Bollywood actor explain his story and tell you things? So these were again storytelling hacks. Okay, and last one, very important one, where we turn wins into we's, losses into me. लॉस है तो सीईओ बोलेगा कि मेरी गलती है, ठीक है, प्रॉफिट है तो बोलेगा कि मेरी टीम ने किया। इसका बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल हमने देखा है that even Dr. Abdul Kalam had said this in one of his interviews, where there was this mission which had failed when they were trying to this rocket which was supposed to go up in the sky, and it could not happen. Everything was out. Everyone knew that the rocket was supposed to be launched, and us din nahi ho paya. Okay. And what happened was that Abdul Kalam says, I'm sure you can go back and read, this is there. He has his in his stories that the head at that time, Mr. Dr. Abdul Kalam was managing the launch. Okay, and he knew that there was a computer tech error and the launch could not go through. And you know what the CEO did? The person who was in charge, he told Dr. Abdul Kalam, you move aside and I'm going to go and address and say that, this was all my fault. And I take this as a blame to myself. And, obviously we understand that this could not go through. And my team made all the efforts and they did everything possible. But somehow I feel that there was some issue or something that I could have taken care of so that this launch would have happened the way we thought. But this is taking responsibility. This is big. It requires that power. This is how CEOs actually become CEOs. This is how they make people trust them, believe them, and respect them. That is important. Yeah, you have to be able to gain the respect. And the last point, like I said, whatever I told you before was all communication. But over here, this is mindset. This is a belief system where we actually shake a single habit that separates a respected leader to resented managers. A manager will say कि नहीं मेरी गलती नहीं थी, ऐसा नहीं और ऐसा होना चाहिए था, उसने नहीं किया, इसने नहीं किया। लेकिन एक लीडर ऐसे बात नहीं करे। लीडर responsibility lega. He will do that. He will take care. He will, understand what he has to. So again, the last thing, we acknowledge the what we have to do is we acknowledge the effort, we clarify the issue, and we expand the path forward. Again, like I said, we are acknowledging that we made a mistake. Okay, we clarify that yes, this could have been done in this manner. Yeah, and then the next part is that we provide a concrete next step of support, as in how we are going to do that. A leader supports his team. A leader stands by his people. That is what makes a CEO different from a manager. That mindset is different. It is important. It is authoritative. That's how he commands respect. Trust is the number one asset of a CEO. The ACE framework builds consistently even in difficult moments. Okay. So the last thing, I would just come to the last statement. I know that I've taken a lot of time explaining this concept to everyone. Okay, raise your voice, raise your presence, and raise your leadership. Okay, we all want to see that in each one of y'all. Speaking like a CEO is not about sounding smart. It's not about being impressive or being at that position. Okay, it may seem very easy, but truthfully saying, it's not. It's very difficult being a leader. Okay, that ability where someone, I mean, I always sometimes think that bosses have to do this. Everyone goes to their bosses with problems. Who goes with solutions? And the person who goes with solutions, isn't that the person that the boss will like? And this last statement of mine is the hook for everyone. Okay, every CEO wants a problem solver on his team. Every CEO wants someone to think like them. Every CEO wants help. He wants someone to take that load off their shoulders and not add. People should not go them with only problems. ये नहीं हो रहा, वो नहीं हो रहा, ऐसे नहीं हो रहा, वैसे नहीं हो रहा. I would just imagine if you start talking like, why don't we do this? ऐसे क्यों नहीं करते? अगर ये try करें तो wrong हो सकता है. There can be places where you're making mistakes. But come on, at least the CEO will think that, come on, he's thinking like me. At least he's thinking. Forget everything else. At least he is not coming to me with problems. Okay. So yes, this is all about it. We have to master these pillars, and we will not only just speak like a CEO, but we'll start leading one and becoming one too. These are the characteristics that we need to have in ourselves. Yes, Amit sir, over to you.
Thank you so much, Hayat. Yes, it was extended a version. A lot of concepts have been covered, and for all of you who are staying back, trust me, you're all leaders according to me. We had a room full of 27, but right now we have only 19. It shows that it takes some kind of extra efforts to digest this kind of information. This is not for everybody. Okay, and all those people who are not ready have left the room. It talks about a mindset once again. So I'll just pass the mic. I will not take it. I'll not steal the show once again. I will just pass the mic to some of the people who have been listening, who have been noting down, and who have been actually following every word what Hayat has been speaking. So Jitendra is there, Raghu is there, and Sajjan is there. On camera, and we respect people on camera because it shows what exactly you're doing. While we are speaking and while we are. So we want feedback from Jitendra, Raghu, and just Sajjan. We'll do a vote of thanks after that, and we'll wind up. We've already extended up our time limit. The time limit was 8:45, but this session was real important, and it comes at the right time because most of you at the elite membership club are at a level which is level 4, level 5 according to us. Now it's time to think like a mind, think like a CEO. So let's move to Jitendra, Sajjan, and then Raghu, and then we'll wind up the day. Jitendra, over to you. First thing first.
Okay, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak over this session. I would like to start by saying that this session is eye-opening for me. Actually, I'm leader, but what other quality I don't have now, I realize that I am left behind this. Although I have a leader in myself, I'm the leader in my department, but something I'm missing. Today I know what I am missing. That session is very crucial for me and potent for me. And these sessions upgrade my not only upgrade my knowledge, upgrade my living also. Thank you for this session. And thank you, Mr. and your team. Thank you.
Love you, man. Love you, man. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much for the feedback. We'll move to Sajjan and then we'll move to Raghu. Yeah, Sajjan, over to you.
Okay. That is a really great session for me, and that is the align with my future goal. And I am working in corporate role, so after some times I am learning the concept and behind. Currently, I am connected with the C levels members. So I
Great.
have
So,
influence from their different type of response. Their personality, they speak very well, and sometime I can say that when we go to there and expect the answer, but they not have the same answer. They have some time where I think they react on me, they aggressive and that thing, but that time they have behave normal behavior and not ask question and guide them. And during the meeting they have the pronunciation, and when want to speak in interruptive, they say stop and I will complete my journey, then you speak. So that is a totally difference between a leadership quality is totally different. I cannot explain my whole work, and they give receiving the work report from me and explain hold the total meeting, and I can explain my work in a different such a way that they are no more than me and my work is explained. So that is the attention span for all the team. I really alignment for that meeting. Really great presentation, Hayat.
Thank you so much, Hayat, and actually Sajan. You know, Hayat, kudos to your presentation, to your efforts taken. Sajan, Raghu, over to you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sajan.
Thank you so much again.
So thank you, Lord, sir, for giving this an opportunity. So it is a great session. Actually, it is a long day session also, but you have touched the content in a detailed manner. So especially to sum up this, what is the essence is the leaders have a time sense, so they concise it and they have the clear mindset what they want to do or what they want from the others. At the same time, they take the bold decisions without after thinking they take the bold decisions. Once they took bold decisions, they do not change their mindset. So this is the qualities of the leadership. Then whatever they have clear awareness in their mind what to be performed, what to be done. So at the same time, they have an authenticity and they will do it with authenticity, and they act like a leaders. They give full support to the staff and all these things. These are the qualities as a CEO should possess. It really brings success normally. This is the content.
Great,
I
great.
critically got it from
Great to
the
hear
content.
from Raghu. Always a contributor. Anybody else? I think Sunil is on camera. He wants to speak something. Sunil, if you want to speak something, love you, man. Same here. So if you want to speak something, please contribute, and we would love to hear from you.
Yes,
And then we'll
just
go
I
to
would like
Meenal.
to give
Meenal is
two
available
examples.
for the vote of thanks. Please go ahead.
Just I would like to give two
And
examples
sorry,
for
sir, and
one, sir.
sorry, ma'am.
So during the
I'll have
demonetization time, there is a
oh, sorry,
currency printing note.
Raghu sir
Okay.
is what something.
Yeah, Raghu, you can contribute. Raghu, you can contribute. Not an issue.
During the demonetization time, there is a printing press, currency printing press at Mysore. One of the private and public cooperative company it is actually. So the Modi has called him and had given the clear instructions. How many days you take for the printing of the 2000 notes? So then he said, so the technology and everything is okay. There is no shortfall. Only to supply the currency notes, printed currency notes, it requires manpower. Then how much manpower you require? Modi has called him. Then he said that it requires a lot of. By the time they reach the Bangalore, entire army people are present in the printing press. So they show it in actions, not by words. The Lysigo.
That's the power. That's the power of leadership. That's how we inspire people. When you are standing in front, people get inspired and they take actions which is unimaginable. Many of the feats in this life has been achieved by people who have been at leadership positions. Yeah, Sunil, you were speaking something. Sunil, over to you.
Thank
Two
you, sir.
points.
And
Yeah,
sorry, ma'am, for not opening my camera because you know
it's okay.
that
Perfectly
the
okay.
time is
No,
7 to 10. I am on my coaching, so I just recorded all the concept of you, and I listen last 20 minutes. In last 20 minutes, I realized that uh, actually I am also a leader in my small group. Uh, I'm working there with 15 plus 5, 20 people, and I am at present time I am the first on the first place. So uh, when can I speak in Hindi, sir? A little
no.
bit.
Sorry. Zero empty. Zero empty. Take your
Okay, sir.
time. We have enough time. People will wait. English only.
Okay, sir. So I listened last 20 minutes, and I realized that something not missing in me, and that is the quality of leaderships. I just polite them, but and I gave some rules, but they didn't follow me because of these qualities, I think. So I really enjoyed the session, and after 11, I listen again. Okay, ma'am. So sorry, I'm just recorded, and after 11, I listen, and after that, I give some feedback again.
Very good.
Good,
So,
very good.
thank you so much, everybody. I guess everybody has enjoyed this session. This was long, not expected. Hayat, next time we'll prune it down. If you have extra points, we'll take 2 sessions to do it. It was long, but amazing session, Hayat. The way you have delivered it. Meenal is over here for the vote of thanks. Meenal, thank you so much for taking the cudgels and actually ensuring that this session happens. A lot of learning has happened. A lot of value sharing has happened over here. Trust me, this is one of the
Mhm.
best sessions we have had at MMDC with all the learners. All those people who are interested in learning are over here. And I'm very happy for it. So, Meenal, over
Yes,
to you for the vote of
definitely. I
thanks.
can see that.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. A
Thank
very
you.
big
Nafisa is
thank
over
you
here.
from my.
I want to listen 2 minutes. Nafisa's viewpoints for 2 minutes, and then we'll come to Meenal. Yeah, Nafisa.
Okay.
All those people on camera, I just love them. Nafisa, over to
Oh
you.
my God.
And then Meenal.
Thank you so much. But I think, sir, I think that we are taking their precious time, the dinner time. This was an amazing session. And guys, we are here to just learn more and more. In every session, something or the other new is there. It will not let you go off the camera. Believe me. It's really like always, just you'll just be hard over here to stay back and learn something new. And obviously, you all are getting this chance. This platform is there for you all to speak up. Otherwise, podcasts are there. You all can hear that, but you don't get a chance to speak. So I feel this is the place where you all can speak and you all can express your thoughts. So that's amazing. And thank you very much for everybody for staying back there.
Meenal, over to you for the vote of thanks. Amazing job by Hayat.
Yeah, so from deep within my heart, I would say thank you to all the participants. Actually, as she said, this is a dinner time, it is a family time, and still you all are hooked upon because you all knew that there is something that is very precious and very important for you all. And without that, actually, I couldn't see that any one of you also leaving the session because I left the session in between and I just asked, like, is the session still going on? She said, yes, I just joined in back because I didn't want it to miss it out. So that is the charm. I would say that is what we are actually, everybody is hooked upon, that we do not want to, as a trainer, means as a faculty of MMTC, I did not want to miss it. So just imagine, I understand that the learners, they're getting so much out of it that they don't want to miss this chance of actually missing any session with us, and we can see that actually the regular learners who are joining with us every session, there would be a great improvement. And thank you from the deep of my heart to every learner who is there. Thank you so much for joining for each session and making it more successful day by day. So yeah, so thank you so much, and that gives us the motivation to take up the new topics for you all every time. We always keep on brainstorming what can we do better for you and what can be more interesting for you. So that is the brainstorming we do every morning whenever we have a session, and then that is delivered in the evening to you all. So thank you everyone. Thank you Amit sir, actually giving us this platform to all of us also to explore our capabilities in front of you all. Hayat, it was an amazing session that you took over there. And we just had it in the morning, and the way you have delivered, it was fantastic, dear. To and apart from that, Nafisa, Shrishti, Reshma, every one of you, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Sir,
Okay.
don't say to Hayat to compress the session. She has
Thank you so
CEO
much,
level
everybody.
attitude already. Don't compress.
So
Thank you
definitely,
so
if
much,
you
And
all
everybody.
agree to be
really,
there
you
for so
big
long,
adequate for you.
if you all agree to be there, then she wouldn't do
Your
that.
example for Lion Modi ji and yeah, yeah.
It all happened. It had to happen. Okay. Anyways,
Yeah,
we'll try to keep it, at 8:45. Let us keep it. Mean let next time 8:45 is the
Yes,
cutoff
sure.
time.
Yes, yes. Let's
Is
let's
the cutoff time.
maintain the decorum of the
Even
time
if
as
it is
well.
lengthier, we will do it in 2 sessions. Let us not take it too much.
Yes,
All of us
definitely.
are working professionals. Let us not stretch it. But amazing. Again, Hayat, hats off. I love you, man.
Thank you.
Good night and take care, everybody. Love you all. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. Good night.
Thank you a lot,
Sleep
madam,
tight.
well,
for
Thank you.
handling
Good
the
night,
nice
everyone.
session.
Thank
Good
you,
night. Good
everyone.
night,
Good
everyone.
night.
Good night. See you all tomorrow, next session. Bye.